Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Part 3. In this video, we're going to be taking our first look at our first visit to Traverse Town. This town is basically a semi-hub for a lot of the game's activities, and we'll talk about those as we get to them at various points in this series. So the first thing we're going to want to do is just quickly grab this treasure chest before we forget about it. And then we're going to do a quick little tour of the first and second districts of the Traverse Town. Now keep in mind, if you have some spare money, Sid here will sell you some accessories, including one of those protect chains that we got in the last video. There's a bunch of different items from him that can be relatively useful early on, but it may take some time for you to get the money in order to purchase them. So it's up to you whether or not you want to do that. Also, keep in mind a couple of other things. One, this little symbol on the ground, this is a Trinity Symbol. We'll learn those attacks, or I guess group skills or exploration skills, as we go throughout the game. So you're going to want to start remembering where the various ones were, or just pull up a guide at some point to tell you where all the various Trinities actually are. In this, we have another interactable. It says there are traces of fire. When we actually get the fire spell, we need to light this. Upstairs is a synthesis shop, which we can use to make some of the strongest items in the game. And they can't do anything without a furnace. So when we get the fire spell, we'll have to come back here and light it. So let's take a step out into the first district. At the end of part 2 of this series, we did spend a little bit of time over here. There's a treasure chest that can only be opened when all 4 of these little candles have been knocked out. I tried doing it the old-fashioned way. I know Blizzard spell is kind of the intended way to do it. You just stand here and aim a Blizzard spell to knock them all out at once. But we'll come back and do that later. Also, this blue Trinity on the ground will actually lead up there, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe there's a postcard up there. So one of the other things with Traverse Town is there's a little collectible side quest where you have to collect 10 postcards and deliver them into that little open-mouth mailbox right there. By doing so, it gives you a bunch of rewards or a calcum, which is a very important item over at the synthesis shop, on top of an AP up and a defense up once you get towards the end. So it's very, very useful to get those postcards. And you might as well grab one postcard while you're going through Traverse Town right here in the first place. So there's one if you hit the fan up here. There you go. And by the way, you're in the item shop right now. They just sell basic consumables, and you can also chat with them or sell items if you really want to. I find myself buying a lot of ethers, and also they'll have more items once we unlock some more party members a little bit later into Traverse Town. By the way, also when we stepped in, there was a red Trinity over there. So we have a blue Trinity, a red Trinity, and I'm colorblind, so I think that's a green Trinity? I don't remember. You'll tell me at some point. So we deliver the postcard, by the way, the first postcard. We get a cottage, very useful out-of-combat item. Basically, right from the menu, I can use it, get full HP and MP back. Can only be used from the menu, though. I cannot use it in combat, so it's only going to have limited uses, but great in between fights or before boss battles. There's another postcard in here. However, it is locked until we actually clear this world, or at least we make it far enough to come back here once we've done a few cutscenes. But keep that in mind. That's already 2 postcards, and I think there might be another 2 in there as well that I didn't mention. This cutscene isn't voiced. It's just a quick little cutscene showing that these creatures, the Heartless, are indeed in this world as well. Now, from this point, we basically go into a battle. I don't need to kill anything from this point on. I only need to go back to the shop with Sid, the accessory shop, and then I can exit the accessory shop and I can actually trigger the next part of the game. We're going to kill a few of these guys, though. Might as well. We're not going to take any time to stop and level up because we really shouldn't need to. We are going to, however, grab a couple of items while we're here just so we don't forget about them for later. Also, so I can show you how to reach one of them, because I think if you just jump correctly, you should be able to reach one of the ones here, but all the same. This right here, if you jump from here, or you wait till you get the high jump skill later in the game, open that, and that's postcard number 2. There's one other item that we can grab here, but there are some Heartless in the way, so we're just going to walk through and we're going to defeat them as they spawn, just for the sake of getting up there. Now, up here, we actually have the Gizmo Shop. There's nothing to actually purchase there. It's really just the clock tower, and there's a couple of items inside the Gizmo Shop that you probably can't reach yet. That treasure chest right there, though, it's a pretty simple jump. I don't even think you need to do any special jump tricks in order to reach it. You know, like the swinging midair. However, I can still use that as an example for the swinging midair. Basically, you get right here, jump around. There you go. You can actually do it without even making it to the ledge there. And it's a Mega Potion, which is pretty useful at this point in the game. So we're going to be skipping all the enemies that are going to spawn. Doesn't really matter. Now, you see that ledge right there? that I just kind of missed. That's just the other side of the Gizmo Shop. You go in from around that side over there from where I jumped off the ledge to get to the Mega Potion. And you'll come out on this side. There's a ladder there, but it's not actually propped up against the right wall. It'll get propped up against the right wall when you come back to it later in the game. Also, these cutscenes right here, every time you walk in or out of a door in the second district for the first time, you get a little cutscene here where you see Donald and Goofy looking for the key. Not really important, but what is important is this room right here. So this is the 99 Dalmatians room. What this is throughout the game, you'll find treasure chests that have sets of 3 Dalmatians in them. And as you bring them, and as you open those treasure chests, they basically get sent back here. And as you collect them, you can earn more and more rewards from, I think it's every 10 Dalmatians you bring back, you earn a reward. And you can get all those rewards, and they're very useful. So you can see all the Dalmatians fit in here. And then this actually leads to a back alleyway. We'll have to come back this way a little bit later. I actually don't even need to be back here for any particular reason. There are some more Trinities that you can deal with here. That red Trinity from the other side of the wall, the one that I showed you in the first district, it actually leads to that treasure chest back there, so you don't need to think about it otherwise. There is just a treasure chest you can get right here. It's a little easier to get right here, I believe, if you just stop and kill these guys here. We should be pretty far from a level up, so stopping to get a level is not really worth it. Not against these guys who only give 1 EXP a kill at the very least. However, while we're here, might as well stop and grab this. Just another potion. Nothing too fancy. There's also a hotel that you can go into, and that'll, of course, play a role a little bit later on. But for now, we could just go back and we can move on into the next part of the game. Next part of the game is an optional boss fight. In order to trigger it, like I said, we need to go back to the accessory shop where Sid is waiting. You don't even have to talk to Sid. I didn't have to do any of this. I could have literally stepped into the second district, stepped back into the first district, and been good. I'm not even going to bother delivering the second postcard because we have all these Heartless chasing us. Just going to go straight into the accessory shop. We're going to heal our health by stepping into the save here. Now, in case I do die, now this is an optional fight that we're doing right here, so I don't have to win it. It's also a pretty easy fight overall, but I'd like to win it. So we're just going to save here. I've got a million other saves, although these saves are all a little bit too far back for my liking. Maybe should have left an open save there in case I screw up, but whatever.
They'll come at you out of nowhere.
Who are you?
And they'll keep on coming at you, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade. But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. Now, let's see that Keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this.
All right. Then have it your way.
So yes, that is Final Fantasy VIII Squall, who is called Leon in this game because, you know, he's just always upset with himself. And it's a pretty simple fight. One of the easiest ways to win is just constantly loop him into this jump. And if you stand at the right distance, he does it pretty frequently. You can also hit these fireballs back at him, and that'll stun him for a short time. And if you have stun impact, which, by the way, I don't recommend trying to do for the reason you just saw right there. Stun impact is a really bad habit. Or I guess melee combos have a bad habit of after 2 hits, he opens up a counterattack to you here. So again, one of the easiest things to do is either counterattack those fireballs or make him jump towards you. Either of those things will do a pretty good job because when he does the jump, he actually opens himself up to a melee combo even. It's just, if you can get him in the right AI loop, you can actually punish him really hard here. One of the other things is if you do land the stun impact, it does stun him. He is susceptible to it. But the only time it's really safe to go for the stun impact is after the jump or after a fireball.
Now you're gonna...
Oh, you're slipping, Leon.
I went easy on him. Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
So, interesting thing, this cutscene is actually exclusive to the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts, and pretty much all of the Final Mix exclusive cutscenes in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are not voiced. They added these cutscenes and did not voice them. I think it was because they only released them in the Japanese markets originally, and so going out of their way to get the English voice actors to do this, or at least they're not voiced in English. I think they might be voiced in Japanese. Just wasn't much in the cards. So there's going to be a handful of these cutscenes throughout the game that are just awkwardly not voiced.
Gosh, there's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Actually, I'm not scared.
Excuse me. Did the king send you?
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up. You okay?
I guess.
Those creatures that attacked you are after the Keyblade. But it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the Keyblade.
I'm so glad that you're okay, Kairi.
Kairi? Who are you talking about?
I'm the great ninja Yuffie. I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Yeah, we had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one. Well, I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay, you know there are many other worlds out there besides your castle and this town, right?
Yeah?
But they're supposed to be a secret.
They've been secret because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
The Heartless?
The ones who attacked you, you remember?
Those without hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
And Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded all of his findings in a very detailed report.
Gosh, can we see it?
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
Scattered?
Too many worlds.
Oh, then maybe the king went to find them.
Yes, those were my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
Red! First we need that key.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep coming after you, no matter what.
Well, I didn't ask for this.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this happen? I remember being in my room. Wait a minute. What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kairi!
You know what? I really don't know.
Alright, so we have a short reprieve here from the actual story. So it looks like it's locked. It's the same message we got with the other thing. As soon as we talk to Yuffie here, she should tell us that the Keyblade can unlock all sorts of things. There's also a save point over here. We're going to hit that save point up real quick. Just going to grab one save file for the time being. And we're going to unlock this real quick. That has an elixir in it. Very useful. I don't think she has anything else to say. Think of this as an adventure. So once we talk to Leon here, we're going to go on a spree of killing a bunch of Heartless, and then we're going to have a boss at the end. This boss might be the first one that really gives you trouble on Proud Mode. Leon can kill you pretty quickly in that last fight. I know we took him down pretty easily, but He can kill you in 2 or 3 hits, depending on what level you actually decided to leave Destiny Island at. The next boss is just... he's very visually appealing in such a way that there's just a lot going on the screen and it can get you killed pretty easily. So for that reason, we're going to make sure, equipment-wise, we have everything that we can actually have. We can't really have any new Keyblades or anything. For items, I like to give him just another potion. He doesn't really need a high potion or anything like that at this point. We still have that postcard. I'm prepared. I'm ready. So after we click I'm ready, it's mad dash to the next boss of the game.
Yuffie, go!
Yuffie!
Sora, let's go!
Alright, so don't bother with the small fry. Find the leader. These guys start to be a little bit problematic also, because these guys can counterattack, these guys can hit pretty hard, and they definitely like to swarm on you. Now, they're not that hard. How much EXP are these guys worth again? 3 EXP, so a lot better than the last guys. However, they can put the hurt on pretty quick if you're not too careful. And as you can see, there are a lot of them. There's a reason why Leon tells you not to go for the small fry. So as you can see, these Heartless hit considerably harder than the last ones. Especially if you manage to get hit by that little counterattack right there. I think that always does critical damage because it's a counterattack. So don't be too afraid if you die here. Honestly, it's not really worth too much stopping to fight them. I'd say the one thing that's worthwhile with them is simply the fact that you'll have an extra level for the boss itself. Not super mandatory, but it definitely doesn't hurt to stop and at least get 1 level here. Just not super mandatory. There you go. There's our level. Max HP up. Max HP up isn't even really the big thing. If you can get to 300 money and actually purchase an item, that would be a way better option. Thought I heard my cat meowing, so I stopped. It wasn't meowing though. Alright, so 2nd district is the next place we can go. I don't think we can even go back to the 1st district if we wanted to. I'm actually gonna go to the 1st district and go check something real quick, because I actually do think my cat is meowing at me. And he seems to be meowing quite loudly. Either that or I'm just hearing things. Won't take more than 2 seconds. I'll just edit it out. Leon's just chilling here. Okay, so we can come back to the 1st district. Can we actually go do this now and hand in the postcards? Yes, we can. Second postcard. 3rd postcard. There's another mega potion. It also doesn't help if you're not planning on gaining any more levels. It's not a bad idea to stop at a save point nearby. Get that full health. Also just save if you've made any progress. And now we're going to run directly to the next boss. It's not my cat making the noise, by the way. So I'm good to go. It was like, it sounded like something, not really meowing, but just making like a high-pitched sound. I thought it was him going meow, like very, very loudly. It was not. Oh, that's the wrong door, by the way. Maybe we should go to the correct way. So the next boss in the game is going to be the Guard Armor. And the Guard Armor is, he can be pretty dangerous. We're going to have to fight some other Heartless first, but he's going to be here in the 3rd district.
Gosh, are these the Heartless guys?
Let's go get him to see.
Okay.
So we're getting trapped inside, and we're going to have to first fight off a bunch of these Heartless. So I've already explained how these Heartless can be a little bit more dangerous than you're anticipating. But now we have teammates. So they should, in theory, come in handy. Unfortunately, at this point, we still don't have any magic to deal with these guys. And it's very unfortunate because magic would be incredible in this fight, but you just don't have it at this point in the game. So just try to get through this without taking too much damage, because after you defeat those, then the boss is going to appear. So for the guard armor, we have to break all of his parts and then destroy his body at the very end. And it can be a pain. Now, if you've been practicing parrying, it's not too bad. Just gotta watch out for a few of his tells. As you can see, Donald already not having the best of times. Now, this is the big thing that he can do, is he can actually separate his body from his other, like, he can separate his body parts, and that's where things can get rough. Luckily, Donald at this point actually has Cure. So our goal, we actually want to see if we can take out the hands first, because in my opinion, they're among the most annoying. This spin attack is really bad against the AI. Luckily, Donald and Goofy are doing a good job so far. See, that spinning attack is really bad. That stomp attack is really bad. Now, depending on how safe you want to play this fight, you can honestly just kind of wait it out. Goofy's doing some damage over there. It's not too much, but these parts will all reattach at some point. And when you break a body part, you also get a bunch of health pickups as well. You gotta break both hands separately, by the way. So we should almost be done with a couple of the body parts. So now the hands, the feet, everything's pretty much separated at this point. The body, the hands, and the legs are all separated. And luckily, Goofy's actually doing a great job here. You do have to be a little careful. So that attack where he slams into the ground, he can actually just straight up KO you with that attack. Well, he can kill you in 2 hits with that attack, more accurately. See what I mean by Goofy's just kind of safe? Like, as odd as it seems, like, he's just safe. So we've got that one hand that's kind of off on its own at this point. If we can, we'd really like to take care of that hand. Like I said, I personally find the hands to be some of the more annoying batches of enemies. The feet and their stomps can be bad, but these hands just fly all over the place. There you go. And now, he's busy actually doing the animation for the hand spin, but because he doesn't have hands anymore, we kind of caught him at a spot he wasn't expecting. So now the body's just going to throw itself at him. Now this is where Goofy really comes in handy, because if you're not good at parrying these, then Goofy will take care of that for the most part. And now with the hands dead, Donald actually starts to shine quite a bit as well. Oh, so just remember, I actually have enough health, it looks like, to survive 2 hits. But for the sake of safety, we're not really going to take any chances with that. There you go, see, Goofy, pretty valuable when it comes to doing that. So now there's only the body left. I think it does this cannon attack, which can be quite dangerous, if I recall. No, it just does the spin attack, that's right. So spin attack you can do tech attack against, and that frees him up, and at this point, yep, should be defeated. So a lot busier than most of the other fights, which is why it's not too bad if you actually died in this fight.
So, you were looking for me?
They too have been seeking the wielder of the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
I wonder if I could find Riku and Kairi.
Of course.
Are you sure?
Who knows? But we need them to come with us to help us find the king.
Sora, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends.
Yeah, I guess.
But you can't come along looking like that. Understand?
Oh?
No frowning, no sad face, okay?
Yeah, you gotta look funny, like us. Whoa.
This boat runs on happy faces.
Happy?
That's one funny face.
Okay, why not? I'll go with you guys.
Donald Duck.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora.
All for one, one for all.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
Such is the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a Heartless? That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brat's friends are the king's lackeys. Slug on the eyes, they're all bilge rats by the look of them.
You're no prize yourself.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
Alright, and with that, we also got an accessory. I actually forgot you get that accessory from that encounter. This is just them reminding you to do a few things before you leave. They even give you 500 money. Leon even gives you an elixir. Elixirs are awesome. Keep your spirits up. I think we'll also learn our first Blue Trinity right here. We'll also get into the gummy ships in the next video as well. We'll be able to teleport to the gummy ship from save points. Gummy ship... I like it. It's not my biggest thing. I finally know a fire spell too, by the way. Give him the other thing. The dodge roll skill. Great skill. We are going to be using that skill more than pretty much anything. There you go. This is the Blue Trinity we're discovering over here. So we're only going to be able to learn the Blue Trinities here right at the beginning. It'll be a while before we learn any of the other Trinities. Yep, I think this is a postcard if I'm not mistaken. Now, if I actually had Glide, I could make it up here without that. Yep, it's a postcard. But I don't have Glide yet, so I can't. I think I can actually get on the roof and get another one. Can I get on the roof yet? Pretty sure I can get on the roof. I just have to, I mean, I think I just have to bring a box over. And that's more than enough. Let's get the big box. Get most of the postcards out of the way. Oh, I can't even lift the big box. What am I talking about? Might as well have grabbed the small... Oh, okay, I guess it got up against the other box. Doesn't matter, we'll just grab this one. Now that I know the fire spell, by the way, I can use it to turn on the fire for the synthesis shop. I don't remember if I can actually make this jump. There's also... Is there an item up there? I feel like there is. There you go. Use that to get an angle. I think this is a postcard. Yep. Okay. Glad I'm remembering most of this stuff, so we can actually hand in... That's like half the postcards already. a Mega Ether, a Mithril. I think there's also another Blue Trinity in the 3rd district if I were to go back there. There you go. Now let's go. I think the synthesis shop is officially open once I do that. Come on. Alright, now I make it. No, currently closed off. Alright, we'll have to come back to it later. Maybe, I think we might actually have to use the green Trinity to lower the ladder. And then that's what actually opens it. But we have our Trinity. And with that, I mean, we're pretty much done with Traverse Town for the time being. There are some more things we can take care of. Like I said, if we go back to the 3rd district, I believe there's a couple more things that we can actually find. Plus, I think there's a couple of other things we can do while we're here. However, we're going to hit the save button, and that's going to be a wrap for our 3rd video for Kingdom Hearts Final Mix walkthrough. In the next video, we're going to be going to the first world that is not Traverse Town. Now, we're going to have a choice between the Tarzan world, which could be valuable because it allows you to learn Cure very early on for Sora, and also going to the probably intended first world of Alice in Wonderland. So those are going to be where we go for the next video. So thank you for watching. Real quick, it's already on the triangle button, so that works. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more Kingdom Hearts Final Mix videos. I will see all of you in the next one, and until then, take care.